We all just came in. We're like trying to get acquainted with each other, trying to find out the names and where people are from. We have Croatia in the house, the United States in the house, Montreal in the house, Amsterdam in the house, Thailand, Israel. So yeah, good morning, everyone. And good afternoon for some people, and even good evening for some people. Urban Dragons just came in. Let me just share this space also in a different Discord so people know that we're in here. And maybe you want to do an introduction, Shira? Hi, Wolfgang. Wolfgang from Austria.
Hey, I can do a little bit introduction. Thank you for coming, guys. Great to see you all here. This is actually, we're doing this Art Talk events kind of thing because, every month for the super community gallery, we are spotlighting one of the communities to give them like the stage, to get to know them better and see what actually opportunities they are offering, for independent artists in Web3, in NFTs, like in everything. So for this month, of course, we have the 888 Inner Circle community, a great artist community, a great project as itself that for more than 2 years is buying from artists every week. I think is one of the most meaningful support that you can give your community and actually generate sales and make the ecosystem move and get the people engaged. And they are offering so much more, and we will hear about this also today. And so these art talks will spotlight, of course, the community artists that are involved and from this community, and we will hear about also the collaboration that's happening here between those artist community, because we're gonna have 3 artists we're gonna talk to today. I'm one of them. And actually, we're gonna see how creation that was made, especially for the Moon Mars project, will representing the 888 Inner Circle community and how it's gonna go all to the moon. So all the details and everything that is going on about all this, great collaboration and this is basically what we want to do in this gallery, to see artists supporting artists, communities supporting each other, and making new opportunities for everyone here. So this is the general idea for today, and of course, after we will wait maybe 2 minutes more, and then maybe Ensok will start presenting and introducing us for 888 and what they are doing. And also we will give the option to ask questions. You can, if you have a question while he is talking, you can put them in the chat. We will see it and answer it. And also you can ask for the mic if you have any specific question or feedbacks. You're always welcome. So, and if you have trouble to move or something and you don't know how to move inside on Cyber, you can also write in the chat anything you get stuck on, we will help you. And Shira, if you want to add something before we kind of starting.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. It started to get like a regular thing to make not just only the opening event, but also a gallery talk every month. Hopefully we will have more events during in every exhibition we working on. And this month we had this amazing collaboration with 888 Inner Circle, and we want to hear from Ensak, Ensak, yeah? I'm pronouncing it correctly. About your community.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you again for having all of us. Can you hear me?
We hear you very well, yeah.
Great. Well, again, I just wanted to say first and foremost, thank you so much to everyone involved with the super community, all the communities involved, Paladin Punks, Link by Art, the Vortex, Xerox Wolfgang. Your exhibition is absolutely amazing. And we are so honored that you chose to, feature us as one of your spotlight communities. And, for those of you who don't know, normally at this time, we would be having a regularly scheduled Twitter Spaces to, basically feature some of the artists from our community. But since we, had this amazing opportunity to showcase again at this, just a beautiful exhibit, and we encourage everyone to walk around and check it out, we just couldn't pass it up. So that's why today we wanted to join you for this gallery talk in lieu of our normal Twitter space. And it's just such a privilege. So thank you. Did you have any specific questions you wanted to ask me? Did you want me to just go ahead and speak?
I think we can go ahead with what you prepared for us, and maybe if we have time in the end, we'll also add the questions.
Yeah, we have some questions for you as well. Yeah. But you can start, just say whatever you plan to say, and then
Okay.
ask questions.
Sounds good. So actually, the very first thing I might encourage everyone to do is to go to our Twitter, which is basically at 888 Inner Circle. And if you go to our Twitter, you will find a link tree there. And in the link tree, we just created a new document for the link tree called the 888 Inner Artist Initiative FAQ. And I want to share the story about this document. So this document was created in response actually to a visit we had with the Linked by Art Twitter space a couple weeks ago, where we went in to share about our community to another art community, and it was brought to our attention that some of the things we do, since we do a lot of different things, may be a little bit confusing, and so we were inspired to create a link tree to make things easier to organize on Twitter, and also to create a document that basically summarizes everything we do. And so I will actually basically just quickly walk through this document. And for any of you who want to follow along or who want to know more about the 888 Inner Artist Initiative or the 888 Inner Circle, we really encourage you to just check out our Twitter and then check out our link tree and go through some of the documents there. Is that okay for me to kind of just walk through this a little bit?
Of course, for sure. And if you want to put the link, you can add it in the chat so people can refer to your link.
Sure, I'll do that after I speak, or if someone just wants to go to our Twitter and do this for me, go to our link tree on our Twitter. There is the Inner Artist Initiative FAQ. And so basically, we created this document to clarify what we do at the 888 Inner Artist Initiative. So the first question we addressed is, what is the 888 Inner Artist Initiative? And one of the things we tried to do during our exhibition, at the beginning of the month, is to clarify the difference between the 888 Inner Circle and the 888 Inner Artist Initiative. So the 888 Inner Circle is a global tokenized membership club that was founded by 888, the anonymous art collector. And the 888 Inner Artist Initiative is basically a sub-initiative created and driven by community members within the 888 Inner Circle. And so it's basically what we call not just a single program, but a comprehensive and ever-increasing set of efforts and endeavors designed to celebrate, empower, and support artists. Its goal is to meet the various needs of various artists in a wide variety of ways, wherever they may be on their artistic journey. And so the mental model that we kind of use for the 888 Inner Artist Initiative to meet all these various needs of various artists is we are trying to kind of create a team of different programs and endeavors. We kind of envision it as like a superhero team. You know, we call it the 888 Inner Artist Initiative. It was kind of inspired by, you know, the idea of the Avengers Initiative for Marvel comic fans, where you have different distinct superheroes like Iron Man and Captain America, you know, the Hulk. And so we wanted to create different endeavors that would, you know, help support artists. And so, you know, some of these endeavors and efforts include our weekly celebration of art, which is basically our weekly purchase of art from emerging artists. And we do this, we have done this every week for, I think we just finished week 83. And we didn't plan this at all, but ironically, the piece we purchased was from Sketchlight, one of the organizers of this event. So Sketchlight will be speaking about that piece later today. And, you know, again, that was totally coincidental. And so I just thought it was great timing. But yeah, and this is, we have another document on our Linktree that has the official rules and guidelines and policies for that weekly event. And so for those artists who, you know, want to submit their art for consideration to be purchased, they do not need to join our Discord at all. They can do it completely on Twitter. You know, a couple things to note about that is that anyone can participate. We have 4 phases: a submission phase, a curation phase, a voting phase, and a purchase phase. And we encourage all artists to participate, you know, to get exposure and to celebrate art. However, for the sake of purchase, we do have some purchase eligibility requirements, such as, you know, it has to be priced under our budget, which is currently 0.2888 ETH per week. It has to have a buy now price and not just a reserve price. And we know a lot of artists like to have reserve prices, but the reason we require having a buy now price in order for us to purchase is because since we're on a time clock every week where this has to be a consistent thing, we don't really have time to wait for artists to accept our offers. So it also has to be on one of the marketplaces we support. And we're open to, you know, looking at more marketplaces in future, but from a logistical standpoint, right now we only support 4 marketplaces, and all of those details are in the rules document that we've also provided. But sometimes artists have asked us, like, well, you know, why hasn't my piece, you know, been purchased? And, you know, it should also be noted that we get a lot of submissions every week. We get about, you know, 100 to 200 submissions at least, I think, every week. And so really the percentage that we may buy any specific piece of art on any given week isn't very high necessarily, but we really encourage artists to see this not as like a contest, but as what it is, a celebration, you know, that, and sometimes our curation too is done, you know, we have some random elements where sometimes we'll use ChatGPT to pick the pieces we curate, in addition to having some guest curators. And so really this event, you know, is meant not to be reflective of any artists, you know, necessarily, you know, to say like, oh, you know, because my piece didn't get purchased, I wasn't good enough or anything like that. You know, it's really meant to be a celebration of art. And we have also had cases where there have been pieces that were curated that were purchased before we even had the chance to purchase it. So, you know, we think that this event is also a great way for artists to kind of just get exposure, you know, to our community. You know, I think we have, like many thousands of people, on our Twitter. And so, we encourage people to participate in that. But that is the first of our, as we call it, our team of superheroes in terms of supporting artists. The other big thing we have is the Verified Inner Artist role, which is a role that's awarded to artists who apply and are verified within our community. It offers special privileges on our Discord server, including access to exclusive channels where artists can network, share their work, and access unique opportunities for growth and exposure. And so a couple of things I want to say about the Verified Inner Artist role is that it is completely separate from our weekly celebration of art. We have a lot of artists who have sometimes thought that they needed to apply for the Verified Inner Artist role in order to participate in the weekly celebration of art. They do not. Also, the weekly celebration of art, you do not need to join Twitter. For the Verified Inner Artist role, or you do not need to join Discord, sorry. For the Verified Inner Artist role, because the main benefit of the role is that you get special privileges in our Discord, for that, it is necessary to join our Discord just because that's where, we hold most of the benefits. And no token purchase is necessary. I want to emphasize that absolutely no token purchase is necessary. The 888 Inner Circle Club does have some tokens, but for the Verified Inner Artist role, artists do not need to buy tokens. They just need to apply, and the application is also a link, is also on our FAQ, or sorry, on our FAQ and on our link tree. And basically, they can apply, but in addition to applying, they also need to join our Discord server, and they need to obtain the community role first, which is done by going to the Verify to Access server channel and basically verifying that you're a human being. And this is just for security purposes. The reason we require the community role is so, we know that we're not giving the role to, some bot or something like that. And, I'll also say that in general for our verification process, we try to do it within a week or two. We do not judge based on whether an artist is quote unquote a good artist. That is a subjective decision that we generally do not try to make, but we will try to look at different socials and judge whether the artist is someone who's serious on being on the creative artist path, as opposed to, let's say, someone just sketching something on a napkin and one time and being like, hey, give me the Verified Inner Artist role just for kicks, or someone who is maybe just trying to use AI in a very lazy way to monetize NFTs rather than being serious about being an actual artist on the artist's journey. And some of this is sometimes just our discernment, but just want to let people know what our thought process was there. And so the next thing on our FAQ, which is related, is we have our IAI, so IAI's Inner Artist Initiative Discord channels. And these Discord channels, we try to accomplish different things. The main Discord channel we have is the Verified Artist Chat, which is an exclusive artist gated community, other than a few moderators and a few special guests from other projects that we may invite to see what we're doing. That channel is completely and exclusively all artists, all Verified Inner Artists. And we believe that this gives a great artist community. Actually, out of all our Discord channels, our Verified Artist Chat is probably the most active. And so it's really become a great, I guess, home for artists. And, that's our goal. We also have, the community gallery where we allow our Verified Inner Artists to share art. And actually, this is one of the reasons why we started the InterArtist initiative actually is because in the past, we would get a lot of spammy, fake links in the Share Your Art channel. And so now, we created this so that only, our verified artists can share art with our community. So we actually get art there as opposed to like spam links. And then we have our artist spotlight channel, which is something that we've been encouraging artists to do, where we allow all of our artists to basically create a artist spotlight profile interview where we ask 8 questions and the artist can answer these questions. And then from these questions, we will generate a profile interview, which we will draw from to spotlight artists in other contexts. So for example, if you look at our monthly update, last month's update, where we talked about the super community, we had a artist from our community basically create a banner image for us, which is something I'll talk about. But we also spotlighted that artist by drawing from his artist spotlight interview. And so we think that this is a good way for artists to be able to tell their stories to our community and be known. I know that Shira had previously mentioned some tips that she wanted us to give about marketing. And one tip we can give for artists is to remember that art is not just about the visual, it's about the story that you tell. And I think people are drawn to stories. And if you look at successful movies and TV shows and media, they aren't just visuals, they're about telling a story. And so we really believe that one of the ways we can help artists market themselves and their work is by giving them a forum and a space to tell their stories to our community and to public. And so that's why we do that. And then, we have, of course, our archives channel and our announcements channel. And so the other things that we work on, like I said, is we offer different artist display and spotlight opportunities, such as in our, monthly Medium update, such as through IRL or metaverse events, such as this one, where we will offer, we'll pop into our verified artist chatter in our announcements and be like, hey, would any artists like to showcase their art in next month's super community event, which, for example, I won't give it away because I think we'll be talking about it, but we've invited artists to display their art here and in next month's gallery. Sometimes we had an event in Barcelona, which was one of our highlights of 2023, where we had over 50 of our artists showcase their art. And we're always looking for new and better ways to basically spotlight artists to help them get their names out there. We know that sometimes in this space, artists have a hard time getting their names out there, and there are maybe like influencers who will try to charge them money and things like that, and it becomes kind of a not a pleasant experience for artists. And so we just are trying to build an artist community and support artists. And in that vein, the final I guess superhero we have is more a philosophy, but we are basically making it a priority, which is this idea of building with artists. We often tell our artists that we are not just building the InterArtist initiative for artists, we are building it with artists. And so we will regularly contact our artists for their feedback. For example, in Barcelona, we had a focus group of artists to give us their advice about how they thought that we should basically set the event and do different things. For our curation process, we had to change it because it was becoming logistically difficult. And we spent a lot of time asking artists their opinion. And we actually got a lot of different opinions. Some artists wanted other artists to curate, some artists didn't want other artists to curate, some artists wanted the team to curate, some artists wanted random elements. And so we ended up creating a curation process that incorporates all of them, which is why now our curation process, we try to find one artist, one non-artist, team vote with random selection. And it's worked out pretty well so far. And all of that came because we were talking with artists and, trying to get their feedback. And I just noticed that, I previously mentioned our last update, we had a banner artist. And that banner artist, Amir Sharifpour, just showed up in the chat. So I just want to give him a shout out. And so he's a great example of a verified inner artist that, we've spotlighted because, he chose to participate in some of the different opportunities we offer. Another one is we are doing a banner artist of the month, where in our monthly update every month, we just have a fun little opportunity to create a banner for us to kind of show off your, creative prowess. And then in return, in our update, we will give you a nice segment spotlight section. And in Amir's case, we drew from his artist spotlight profile interview, which he created. And that is, again, an opportunity that's open to all of our artists. So yeah, we do a lot of different things, and we are trying to do more and more different things. And, in the spirit of trying to make it less confusing, in response to the wonderful Link by Art community's feedback, we have created this document, which you can check out, that's on our link tree on our Twitter. And again, thank you to our project founder 888. Thank you to our project lead Chile. Thank you to my partner Crypto Chile, who is our main person on the street in Barcelona. Thank you to the super community event. Thank you to all our amazing community members, some of which you'll hear from today. We thank Montreal. For those who don't know, Montreal is not just one of our verified artists. He's one of our Inner 8 members, which is our elite token holding community. He's one of our OGs. And he's been a personal mentor to me, teaching me about AI. And he has represented our community so well. And we'll be talking about how he has represented our community in the Moon Mars event a little bit later. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you artists out there, especially. We always say that artists are the lifeblood of Web3. We know that right now Web3 is dominated by ideas of trading meme coins and pump and dumps and all this stuff. But we really believe that in order for Web3 to survive and thrive, the world needs to see it through the perspective of just artists and the beautiful culture changing work that artists can bring, and not just through the lens of monetary incentive. And so we really believe in artists, and we thank you all, and thank you again for having us.
Thank you. That was fascinating. And now we're going to invite the artist, that 888 artist, to speak. It's going to be Dan and Sketchlight.
Yeah, let's start with Dan. Say hello.
Oh, hi. Thanks for having me.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Just getting the day going here. It's about 9:30, so it's still early.
Ah, nice. For me, it's almost the end of the day, so it's very nice. We are gathering from all over the planet, and we are here together, enjoying and talking about art and communities. And we would love to hear from you some words about your art here. What can you tell us about you, about your art, about your connection to 888? You got the mic.
Yeah, so I'm from upstate New York. Been a photographer for quite some time, more just for fun. Um, Started pretty young and then got disconnected from art for a while. And about 12, 13 years ago, I started to really get back into doing photography. And luckily, through this space, it really catapulted my uh, vision on like what I can actually do with my photography and how much I can grow from it. And I actually came across 888 a while back. It's been so long I can't even remember how long ago, but it's really cool to see all the artists that have been supported, and um, it's definitely possible to get collected from them. Really honored that they had picked up a piece from me not long ago, and very uh, very wide range of support, and it's great to see photography getting some love. Especially, feel like photography is pretty underrated in this space. Um, and oh yeah, my Twitter is geek ny woo WOO. I'll write it in the chat. You'll see me. I have a Alpha Girl PFP, which stands out pretty well. But yeah, my photography mainly centers around street photography. I live 2.5, 3 hours north of New York City, so I'm often driving down every month and spending a whole day to work on my my shots down there. Becomes a long day usually. Walk anywhere from 9 to 12 miles before I go back home.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful. So you like city? That's the main subject, photography of your life, the city life, and or do you have another subjects?
Yeah, so I really love candid scenes the most. It kind of came from me just, I used to take most of my photos during conventions like New York Comic Con. So I would always love capturing the candid scenes of people wearing cosplay. Kind of made for a little bit of a surreal shot. But yeah, I found candid street scenes capturing emotions of people, and it's really kind of helped my own mindfulness when I'm out, instead of just kind of ignoring what's going on around. I'm always looking to see what scenes might be around me, and kind of appreciating just everyday beauty a little bit more.
Yeah, it keeps you present, and that's amazing thing. Sometimes we like we not focus and we not listen, and when you are looking for and taking photos and looking for composition, you are more present and you are more aware for what's happening around you. That's nice. We prepare some questions for you. It's a very quick and funny, not too heavy. What's the most unusual or unexpected source of inspiration you had for your work?
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing I live for, is just seeing what surprises are in store. So like when I'm on a walk, I tend to think of it as a series of events. Everything that happens throughout the course of it eventually leads up to different shots. So if I always wonder, like, there's a couple different ways that people usually do street photography, and you're either on the move constantly, or you find your composition and you kind of hang out there. Personally, I have to be on the move because I'm always thinking, well, if I didn't go from this place to this place and then this place, I would have never ended up capturing the scene that I did at like my fifth stop. So there's always surprises to be found. And it one day in particular, when I went to New York, I didn't realize there was a big like MTV festival going on. So that was kind of a nice surprise, and everything was drastically different. It was set up around the Oculus and World Trade Center area, and there was all these pink carpets and the MTV Spaceman walking around. So it was a pretty cool vibe.
Thank you. That was very interesting. And we're going to ask you the next question. What's the strangest critic you have ever received for your art?
This one was a little bit tricky for me because shooting just candid scenes, sometimes you get some weird critics about just the subject matter. Like someone had an odd appearance, or maybe something like that. People tend to think of just how uncomfortable it must be.
We all get, everyone have opinions, and we always have to get better. So yeah, that's how you grow. That's nice. And last question for you. How many cups of coffee does it take to finish a piece?
It's funny. I actually haven't drank coffee in about 5 years, but I have kind of a ritual when I'm up on photo walks. Is I always started out with an old fashioned at lunch. So I think throughout the day, my typical street walk day is about 3 or 4 old fashions.
I knew it. I told I thought that you probably don't drink coffee at all. That's funny. Thank you so much. Your art is awesome, and the story behind is make it more. And now, if we talk about Sketchlight, I want to invite Sketchlight. She was, like Answick said, last week, she got the first time the 888 vote from Choose Her Art. Believe it or not, but this piece of art is photography without any graphic or any image interrupt editing, no Photoshop. It's a photo. It's one long shot. That's a sketch main thing. And she's the Sketchlight, and come, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you. Sure. I want to say first of all to Dan, thank you. And it was I'm following you for such a long time, on socials and everything, and I really love everything you write in all your posts, and of course your artwork, your photography. I really love it because you really find moments and you're really capturing I don't know, in the street, the right light, the right, really like capturing a feeling. So this is what I really love with your work and what you do. And it was finally great to hear you talk about your art and yourself. We don't really have a lot of time, the chances to hear each other speak about ourselves. So thank you for this opportunity to hear you, and of course, congrats about being, a part of 888 Volt Collection. And I'm also so honored and grateful for being in 888 Inner Circle Collection, because I really love this community and everything they're doing, and everything they really give real support to artists in Web3 and for us as NFT, like blockchain artists. And really loved what Ensok said in the start, that basically the whole idea of like the artists are the heart and soul of the blockchain. We give the value, we give the meaning, we give the extra thing that all those technical details have. And I can share a little bit about, of course, my piece. My piece is called Peace of Mind. Actually, when I did this specific piece, I didn't I didn't have a topic or a concept. I basically did it because I wanted to challenge myself and do this like in one shot kind of thing. Technically, I will explain quickly. It's simply two backlights, and because I always work in the dark, so I have the darkness to divide my what I'm lighting. And basically light painting, it's all about like manipulating the camera to see what you want to see, and get creative with the process. So when you get the darkness, you can, like, if there is nothing that you lit up with a torch or flashlight or something, you can move around, you can change position, you can change the focus, you can really like create a new atmosphere, a new like what you are imagining, you can try to create within the camera. So basically this was a challenge. This shot, I think, took me like 2-3 hours just to get two good pictures from this specific session. And the Peace of Mind idea to call it like this, because actually like the individual, that the model is one of my best friend, and this person had a lot of, I was growing up with him since we are young. He had a lot of issues with, like, mental issues with themselves. Through a lot of these years, he was also hospitalized in like all kinds of mental institutions from then to then. So like depression and all kinds of things that he was going through. So actually this piece, I didn't write, like, told him how to stand and what to do. He actually like did his own movement and his own thing. And this shot just made so powerful, like he's screaming inside of his head. So it's really like symbolic to what he's going through with himself, kind of thing. And it all combined to, I think, a great piece. And yeah, that's it. And thank you, Shira. If you want to go to the questions.
Yes, that's this piece is, it's like you can look on it forever. It's so much happening inside, and the texture, and this tree that coming inside his perfect shaped head, I must say. So it have a lot of level of beauty, and it's so deep. How would you define your journey in 3 words?
Okay, so I was thinking a little bit about this question, and I basically about
Also.
what?
I'll
divide it in three words. Basically, if it's 3 words, it needs to be like light, darkness, and friendship. I think this is very 3 words that really, because a lot of time when I go out and create, I always do it with someone. I get a friend with me, 2 friends, 3 friends sometimes, to help me around. So a lot of this, doing it together with people and not just creating alone, I think this is one of the things that I really enjoy.
Yeah, it's very special because me, or I think many artists, are very much alone in the art process, and here it's like you have to have some helpers and models, and some people, more people with you, and the light, the dark is there, but you bring the light, so it's very nice and poetic. What's the weirdest inspiration you ever had for a piece?
Okay, so basically, I didn't. Maybe the like strangest place can be like a lot of time I go on Macbox, to buy a cup, to buy something you need, and then you get to the where is all the toys for children or just gadget and electric and colorful thing that lights up. And then I like, oh, this cool, and I like end up buying a lot of stupid flickering things and just play with them with the camera and see what they give me. So this, yeah.
Yeah. So what was the funniest object you used it for your photos?
It actually was some kind of like a shooting gun when we shoot at something that some kind of bullets, but they are light. So if you like try to shoot them, they give you like straight lines, but it's randomly, and with long exposure, it's like get all over the camera. It just creates all kinds of random lines. So it's like a nice thing to play with.
Yeah. Yes, I must say that I inspired by you, and I tried to make some shoots in with the light of my car inside, and to do some I tried to do it some sketch lights. And last question: if you could collaborate with any historical artist, who would it be and why?
So I don't know about historical artists, but one of I don't know my biggest greatest influence was actually David Lynch. When I was a kid, I was very young. I saw the Twin Peaks show. I don't know. It got me in somewhere. It was like very mysterious and very I don't know, something there just hit me, and then I started to follow him and what he's doing and how he's talking. A lot of David Lynch has a lot of meaningful interviews and about ideas, about all kinds of I don't know. I really like his head and how it's working. So if it's collaboration, I would go through him. Maybe I'll connect him someday. I don't know. Yeah. And thank you, Sherry. I hope you can hear me.
Hi, I just want to say I really love your work, Sketchlight, and I know how hard it is to do these long exposure versions of photography where all these things are happening. It's really, really amazing. So I just want to say that. Thank you so much, Sketchlight.
Yeah, thank you. I think let's go on now, please, to you, Paladin. We'd like to explain a little bit about the Moon Mars project, because we have Montreal, and Montreal actually did a great piece of artwork that representing 8888 Inner Circle for your Moon Mars project. So please just get us introduced with what it is.
Yes, I do have to say Johanna is here as well. She's the co-founder together with me. Our both communities are
Hi.
working hard.
Oh.
Hi.
I just wait. I just popped in real quick. I want to say Sketchlight is my favorite light painting artist. Sketch really pushes the boundaries of at least what I know about light painting, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, she is actually very much my favorite. So I just wanted to say that and say hi to everyone, and I'm gonna go back to work now. You can go ahead, Paladin. I'm sorry. I interrupted.
It's nice.
No, thank you. It's
Always nice to hear.
All right, good. I'm gonna go back to work and listen. Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, Poppy is also a photographer, so we know how hard this is to do. So and we just love the Link by Art team and the Sketchlight and Shira, Paulina. So yeah, thank you for coming and say hi, Poppy. We're very, very grateful for you showing up here. And I need to say that Johanna and I have to go out for like 20 minutes in about 5 minutes. So I will start about Moon Mars. And Johanna, please grab the mic whenever you can. And then I think we can allow Montreal to tell his story, and then we will be back at the end of it. I'm very sorry, but sometimes things just clash. And the reason we have to go is because we're going to be exhibiting at NFT Tallinn, which is great news. It will be the first time that the Moon Mars Museum goes in real life. So to tell you about Moon Mars, It is an initiative by Johanna and myself and our communities. And yeah, we had the idea of bringing artworks to the moon. And Johanna had a connection with someone who is actually bringing it to the moon on a moon lander, and his name is Ben from LifeShip. And he is bringing actual human DNA to the moon. So when Johanna and I started thinking about, okay, what shall we do with this opportunity? Thank you, Catalina. So what can we do with this opportunity? We said, hey, okay, he is bringing human DNA, but also animal DNA, plant DNA to the moon. So let's make this first ever exhibition about, going in the Moon Mars Museum, make it about DNA. Because the idea of the Moon Mars Museum is that we want to have a democratic way of bringing art to the moon. So we want to bring a lot of people, a lot of artists, and this is just the first exhibition. So for anyone that's listening that is not inside the first exhibition, make sure you get onto the second one. But let's first talk about this first one. So it's DNA, human DNA is made up out of 46 chromosomes. And we decided, okay, let's use every chromosome as one artwork. So for example, the first chromosome is the VaVortex community. They are sending 35 artists on this artwork that they're sending as a community. The Paladin punks are on the X chromosome, which is the female chromosome, which we thought it made sense to put the Paladins on there, because that's a project where we have a lot of females portrayed as a punk, but also a lot of female artists inside this group of Paladins. So that's how we've built up this exhibition, and Montreal is one of them. So we reached out to 888 because, of course, we were in touch about this, but we were also in touch a long time ago already. And we said, okay, what would you like to send as a community artwork? And because Montreal has been such a big supporter, big part of the 888 community, we said, okay, let's send that artwork as being representative of the 888 community. So we have 47 stories like this. I can go on for an hour talking about all the stories, and we definitely want to invite you to come to the Moon Mars Museum, which we will share the links at the end of this space. So after this space, we can all go there if you would like, but you can do this in your own time. And what we would like to do is give all the artists the spotlight at a certain point. So we started with the chromosome 1. We will move on to Paladins, then we will move on to whoever wants to have their own exhibition and do tours inside the Moon Mars Museum. So yeah, that's a little bit about the Moon Mars. There's a lot that we can tell about it, and we will, after Montreal, tell you a little bit more. But we do need to go for 20 minutes to get this Tallinn thing organized. So all the artists are going to be showing at NFT Tallinn. And that is just the first thing what we're doing for the Moon Mars community. So I hope this will do for now, Sketch and Shira, and we will be back. Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Sketch?
Yeah, just one thing, definitely. Okay, going to the Tallinn thing, it's amazing. It's going to be as well. And thank you for everything you're doing. I know there is a lot of, effort behind the scenes for every project like this, a lot of hours put into this. And it's all for the love of what we're doing. So I really highly appreciate everything that you're doing here, guys. And I love to see the collaboration that's happening between all of communities. And let's hear Montreal. I would like you to come and introduce yourself. Tell us about a little bit about this piece.
Yeah, hello, I'm Montreal AI. So, and I love the 888 community, so the revolutionary new community in general to connect artists and collectors. And I just think the concept is amazing. And 888 is managing it in a way that is so professional with Ansag and Chile and so on. So it's just phenomenal community. So they asked me to do a piece, so I do some AI art. We do AI since for the last kind of 20, 30 years. So so we develop AGI agent, AGI nodes. So we develop the best technology ever, and but we also do art. So I did develop a piece for the 888 Inner Circle, and I wanted to just to have it to represent specifically the 888 Inner Circle DNA. So I have a description of the piece. So the 888 Inner Circle DNA display incredible avatars engaging with beautiful tokens and each other in a space that embodies the eternal, global, and supportive nature of the Web3 community for the artist. And I think that statement represents kind of the 888 Inner Circle Artist Initiative. The important piece incorporates a vast digital network, symbolized by an intricate web of light, connecting the tokens and avatar. This web is to represent the forever blockchain, the underlying technology of the Web3 space, beautifully tying together the essence of humanity with the future of technology and artistry. 888 Inner Circle DNA allows to visualize a vision of the gallery of eternity, displaying timeless artworks that transition and evolve, symbolizing the perpetual evolution of art in the digital age. Within this gallery, the beautiful tokens serve as key to an important legacy, granting access to a visual space where art and human identity are preserved forever. The Hall of Creators is filled with glowing holographic figures, representing the great artists and innovators of the forever Web3 community. These beautiful figures are in deep collaboration, surrounded by floating canvas and sculptural construct, crafting the very fabric of this new digital renaissance. The Milky Way in the background, enhancing the celestial elements to symbolize our universe vastness, integrates with the DNA structure. The symbolic number 888 is incorporated through incredible visual motifs, like the 8 strands of the incredible DNA helix, suggesting a universal spiritual order. A powerful 888 spiritual aura emanates from the DNA with subtle symbols from the 888 symbolism, enhancing the theme of enlightenment. Wondrous swirling energy patterns and flowing digital streams give impression of the obelisk not just being a massive structure, but a hub of highly active, dynamic superintelligence. A celestial supernova and multiplanetary systems are prominent with epic gravitational waves and cosmic phenomena to symbolize the vastness of the universe and the high advancement of technology. This piece integrates symbols and motifs that represent the key concept of AGI, 888, and singularity, like neural networks, quantum computing elements, fractal patterns, and so on, subtly embedded within the cityscape and the obelisk and global structure. So this is description of the piece. So if you have questions, I'm very, very happy to answer them. So this piece has been developed for 888 and 888 Inner Circle community to fully represent them in the best way that could be done with the AI and with the best AI.
Definitely, it's a beautiful piece. I really love it. It's like we really can feel the energy, and I like what you said right now. The description is great, and I really like the Montreal accent. So cheers for that. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I have some question. We can do a quick round of question if you're up for it.
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So let's do the first one. Like, okay, what is the most surprising thing you have learned about yourself through your artistic process?
Well, I'm always learning every day amazing things. So the way I learn, well, I learn every day because the brain is making connections. So while learning about the 888 Inner Circle community, so I put more focus on kind of the spiritual connection of all ourselves as human beings living in that phenomenal universe. And that's what I wanted the piece to represent, that we are all connected together. There is the universe and us, we have a connection. We are here to understand the universe together, to collaborate together. And there is kind of, what I learned is the alignment of those energies together. And that's what I wanted the piece to represent. It's like a club. It's like 888 Inner Circle is a club on the Web3. It's the best club for artists ever, best community. And you can feel the energy. If I look at the kind of the bottom of the piece, just below the kind of helix, and you have kind of you see kind of a city that is there. You would like to zoom a lot because that city is completely complex, sophisticated, and so on. And I imagine that living there must be a nice place to be. So if you look at the piece, you will learn so much about what we are as a species in our universe, and the different level of hierarchies that you can reach, that you can connect. And I would say that the piece, the elements are keys to access the different dimensions in the universe, the different dimension in your life, and what you can be. So this is what I learn mostly. So it's based on an alignment with ourselves and the universe, ourselves with the spiritual, the spirit of collaboration with other artists, and being all there together. And that kind of energy is incredible.
Definitely, beautifully said. Yeah, the whole idea of the circle, even this gallery is made up like two circles. It's all about, you know, a symbol of the unity and then the collaboration of everything together for all the spiritual ideas of the 888 with the meaning representing. So really
Yeah,
beautiful.
I see that, and I love the gallery. I love that your gallery is kind of in a metaverse, kind of in the universe. It's like on a satellite, on a planet in the universe, where I love to see the water. It's very calm, purplish, and so on. So I love it a lot. It's amazing to be there.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
your
will
art,
move-
can I say your art is really look like the gallery. We just don't have this aura on top. And now I'm thinking maybe we.
Yeah, they goes very well together.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah,
island. It's an island, circle island.
yes. It's
yes.
very beautiful. I love to see the water. I love that it's kind of in a space. It's in the space, and we see the aura. We see the blue sky. Could be the Milky Way and so on. We could see other galaxies and so on. So that would be easy to implement. But I love the structure that is there already. It's very inspiring.
Yes, and it's a safe place. Something about this
Exactly.
gives us a, yeah. You see, I can change the galaxy to look like your art.
Oh, that's amazing. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, let's keep it dark. Yeah.
Yes.
Kat, there is one more question, no, isn't it? Okay, let's ask you. I will ask you. What is the lesser known skill or hobby you have outside of your main artistic focus? Do you have anything except art that you like to do as a hobby?
Well, I'm always coding and creating AGI agents. I'm always creating other things like for example, I'm creating right now the AGI orchestrator, the AGI strategist. I'm creating also. I'm kind of financier, so I know financial engineering. I'm an aerospace engineer. Also, I did work at Canadian Space Agency, and I have a background. I have a master's degree, in fact, in aerospace engineering, and I did also a bachelor degree in theoretical physics. So I love physics, and I love combining all of those things together. And where we are going with AGI, artificial general intelligence, which is becoming extremely powerful. And so I'm creating as an artist. I see myself as an artist, but not only with canvas or paintings that I do, of course, but I see the universe as my canvas. And so I'm creating tools right now because we as humanity are moving to the AGI first era. So artificial general intelligence, we see with ChatGPT and so on, that is extremely useful to do things. But other things, it's becoming extremely useful and powerful. And our society is transitioning to AGI first era. And our government right now don't know exactly what to do with that. And that's understandable. But I do. So I'm developing tools that will be useful for humanity to navigate in the AGI first era. For example, I'm developing, in terms of, if we speak about what has been created by humanity so far, so we had the lands, we had intellectual properties, we have the industrial revolution, and all of those things, this is worth $450 trillion, all of those things created by humanity. But according to Stuart Russell, who I know, which was testimonying the White House last summer for President Biden, he was stating that the value to be created by AGI will be so great, it will be 14 quadrillion US dollar. So it's 14,000 trillion. So it's 30 times more than all the wealth that have been created so far by humanity over the last centuries, over the last millennia. And that is going to be created most likely in the next 15 years. So I'm creating a new class of assets because it's needed. So I'm creating a new class of asset that is living, they are the AGI agents. So imagine, because I see the solution that it will be difficult for people to work, to create value, because those AGI, artificial intelligence, will create so much value. It's difficult for humans to compete, but then the value goes to zero. But we don't want that. We want the human to prosper, to be very wealthy, to have everything. And the way to accomplish that is for human beings to own the AGI agents, like you own the means of production. Like this is how the people became very wealthy in the last industrial revolution. The people that were owning the machines, they became very wealthy. So I think it's important for the people to own the AGI agent, the AGI node, the AGI token, and so on. So that is possible right now via the NFT. So that's why I'm highly interested in the Web3. That's why I do art on the Web3. That's why I love the 888 Inner Circle. And I did learn so much because that 888 Inner Circle was the first NFT that I bought ever. So it's an amazing experience. I love it so much, and I've been learning. So I told 888 that I'm there to learn. So over the last 3 years, I did learn so much. I'm in the 888 Inner Circle community, Discord, and everything every day. So I've been learning, and with my knowledge of physics, aerospace engineering, the knowledge I have in general in AI over the last 30 years. So I've come up with those kind of instruments, AGI orchestrator, that will allow us to navigate in the AGI first era, to take full advantage of it, to change everything, to create eternal life. I think it is very important for 888, the concept of eternity, the concept of forever and spirituality. with AGI, we can live that. We can experience that. We can live it. We can create that. We don't have to die anymore. So there was that kind of the fable of Dragon Tyrant by Nick Bostrom that was speaking about that. So now that can be solved. We will be able to cure practically any disease. Not a problem really. And we'll be able to create enormous wealth and to travel in the universe and so on. And we have 5 suns right now, which I find very limiting. I'm pretty sure that in the universe, we can experience much, much, much more than that. And so I'm aiming for that. So that's why I do the art. That's why I'm on the Web3. That's why I'm in the 888 Inner Circle. And all of that is just there and coming together. And it's just incredible. So that's what I had to say.
That's so incredible and fascinating. I was checking your website too. Yeah, I just want to share that next month on April 10th, we're going to have a new exhibition with an opening event together with Vortex, and it's going to be AI. AI artist that we choose from our open call. The Vortex is obvious. It's a community for AI artists. We also would be interesting to talk with you about other projects, maybe such as AI evolution gallery that we are working on. With
That's amazing. Yes, AI and evolution is extremely powerful. If you use AI,
we started
AI and open-endedness.
Yeah,
it's amazing. AI and evolution is very, very powerful.
It's something that should be documented, and also we like to give the AI the right stage as a proper art. It's a new medium. It's a new great medium. So yeah, thank you. It's very inspiring to hear such a combination between art and technology, and discovering new world and so much curiosity and about the future.
Curiosity is very, very important. So curiosity, evolution, open-endedness, it's all very, very important, and that will lead us to amazing things in the universe. If we let AGI jump just to discover things, it's very, very powerful.
Hey, can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, of course.
So again, I just want to let everyone know that just how great a contributor and community member Montreal has been to our 888 Inner Circle community. Montreal talked about joining us because he wanted to learn Web3, but I just want to let everyone know that Montreal has also been a teacher to so many of us in our community to teach us about AI. He was there in our community talking about, the power of AI even before everything exploded with ChatGPT, and people didn't even, to be honest, a lot of us didn't even understand what he was talking about for a long time because he's just so smart and, we were so new. But he's been so patient in teaching us. And as I was saying before, he's been a personal mentor to me, where I am now, deeper into AI rabbit hole, thanks to his influence. And so I just wanted to personally, again, just say thank you to Montreal for being such a wonderful community member and, a friend and mentor to me personally. So that was an amazing talk, Montreal, and we just want to say thank you for representing us.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and I love doing that. I'm doing just that live, and I express my emotion and sentiment and how I feel about it. And I did learn so much over the last 3 years from the 888 Inner Circle, and it's incredible what we can do right now. It's combined with AGI. It's very truly exciting time. It's time to deploy. It's time to launch. It's time to build. We are riding the wave of exponential progress, and it's going very fast.
Appreciate you, my friend.
I appreciate you a lot too, and I can't wait to see you in person also. So I know you've been doing some events, and they look, the one, I think the last one,
Yeah.
I see the picture there in Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's so inspiring.
We'll get there.
It's so inspiring.
We'll
Yes,
get there,
yes.
my friend.
I'm sure, because we are there forever.
Great. Yeah, we have Paladin back with us here. So Paladin, please connect us this piece with the Moon Mars Museum. If we have Joanna too, so we can say also hello to Joanna.
Yeah, so Johanna, she was still in the meeting, so I left the meeting, and she will probably be back in a few minutes. But the good news is that we're all going to be showcasing all the Moon Mars artworks at the Tallinn, NFT Tallinn, which is a really nice conference. It's small, but very very good place to meet each other. So everyone's going to be showing there who is in the 47 artworks. What else can I tell you? We are going in Q4 on a moonlander called Blue Ghost. The company that is bringing us is called LifeShip. And as you probably know, many people are trying to get to the moon. But what I think is really, really special about our project is that we are going to be on multiple moonlander, and it's going to be sort of an overarching name for all the art that is going, but very special also about the art that was already there. Because we have an artist with us in our exhibition, and his name is Paul van Hooijdonk. He is 98 years old today. And he is actually the first man with a proven artwork on the moon called the Fallen Astronauts. So that has been on the moon since 1971. It was taken to the moon with the astronauts of the Apollo 16. And at that time, it was sort of a scandal to take art to the moon. They were very, very cautious about anything commercial or anything, that didn't have to do with scientific research. So a lot has changed in these 53 years, that now everyone is actually wanting to go to the moon, trying to get to the moon, and we are actually going. And by having Paul van Hooijdonk inside the Moon Mars Museum as one of the artists, we are sort of connecting history with what we're doing today, and we are connecting today with what we're doing in the future. So in that sense, I think Montreal is the perfect artist to go with us, because of his very groundbreaking work that he has been done. He has been doing with AI already from a very early on. So we definitely feel that his art piece is representing of what we're going to do in the future. Where are we going to go all together? And so tying the digital art into the physical art of Paul van Hooijdonk. And then we also have two artists that have been on the International Space Station for a year with their physical art piece. So we're really capturing all the art going to the moon. And if Jeff Koons wants to be part of the Moon Mars Museum, he will be able to reach us and we'll let him in. But for now, it's going to be this first exhibition. And no, yes, of course. A moon is a democratic place. We shouldn't exclude anyone. And we are definitely not excluding anyone, but who knows what's going to happen. But we are just very proud to have this project together, and that it's really a community-driven project, a Web3 driven project. He has his balls. Yes, he has his balls. Yes, he does. So, but anyway, we're just very proud to be connected to Paul van Hooijdonk. There's this wonderful documentary which we have been showing in the museum. And if you would like, as one of the artists or just one of the people that is interested in Moonmars, to have a tour, please feel free to reach out, and Johanna and I will give you a tour, and we will, and Papi, of course, and then we can also show the documentary if you would like to see it about Paul van Hooijdonk. But I think the most important thing, what we're doing, is that we also created a metaverse by our wonderful OX Wolfgang, the best meta architect around, in my opinion. He created a special place for all of us to come together and to have a space where we can actually see the art that's going to the moon. So I don't know, Montreal, if you've been there, or NSOC if you've been there, but I really want to invite you at the end of this space to come in and have a look. And we have an amazing way of going to the moon together. So we start in the lobby of the Moonmars Museum, and then together we go to the moon, and yeah, and can look at all the art in there. And it's really meant for a social hub. So we hang out there a lot. We meet in there together. So we don't always have events, but we do have 47 stories that need to be told. We have about 6 months to tell the stories until we go into the NFT project, where we, together with Frank NFT, who is our developer, who is creating the smart contract for us. He's also very OG in space. So yeah, so that is a little bit about the Moonmars Museum. And I really would like to take some questions if anyone has questions, because we did notice that it takes a little bit of time to explain what the Moonmars Museum is. And for us, it's all like very normal that we're going to the moon, because we've been working on it for a long time. I started already like 2 years ago, and then Johanna came with the possibility to actually go. So Johanna and I have been working for 6 months together on this, maybe even longer. So if you have any questions, if anything is unclear, if you feel like, you know, I don't grasp this concept, please do speak out and speak up. And we are going both digital and analog, which is very, very unique, because there are some artists in the world that are saying, hey, you know, my art is going to the moon, and most of them are digital, except for Paul van Hooijdonk, of course, and now also Jeff Koons. So we have a very interesting lineup there that we are, you know, that we are going to be joining up there. And I see Chaz coming in. Hi, Chaz Gold, also one of the artists going.
Yeah, guys, just if you have any questions, you can write them in the chat, and also you can ask for the mic, say hi, you are welcome to speak. And yeah, I will approve Chaz. And I want to ask Paladin, you know, you call it the Moonmars Museum, so I know we are going to the moon. This is amazing as it is, but why?
So let me explain how that happened. So when I actually I started thinking about bringing art to the moon because of Bernard Foyn. He was the chief scientist of the European Space Agency for 17 years. And he actually had an idea in 2008 to bring a gallery to the moon. And so that's where the whole thing really started. But then I started talking to him, and he had all these different projects, bringing a rover to Mars, bringing probes into space, like all these things he was doing. So, and there was already, if you go to Wikipedia and you Google Moon Museum, there is a little tile that is said to be going, or that is said that went on one of the legs of a moonlander, but it's never proven. So I didn't want to really touch the name Moon Museum, because that is also an interesting story which should be alive. So I thought, you know, how can we really capture everything that is doing that we're doing in this whole space world, this exploration of space. So Mars is definitely one of the things that we're doing in exploration of space. So I started looking at Moon Mars, and there was actually a website, moonmars.com. So I reached out to this guy who owned this website already for 20 years. And I explained to him what we wanted to do. And I was expecting, okay, this is going to cost a lot of money to get this website because, you know, it's a really good name, because NASA actually uses the name Moon Mars for certain things they do, some educational stuff they do. So I was thinking, hey, you know, this would be really cool. And then, of course, moonmars.eth, all these names, we claimed all these names with Moon Mars, but then the one thing missing was the .com. So this guy heard the story and he said, you know, I've been in this world for a very long time, being a space enthusiast. I think what you're doing is amazing. So I'm going to allow you to use that name. So that's how we got the moonmars.com name. So then when Johanna came into the project with the possibility to actually go, I said, well, let's use it for this project. You know, let's be 50-50 partners and use it for this project. So that is why it's Moon Mars, because we're not only going to the moon, we also want to go to Mars, and we are already in talks about it. We are also in talks about sending things to the stars. So sending things into orbit. They circle in the universe for like 25 years and then leave the actual, how do you call it, area where it's circling. So yeah, we're not going to stop at the moon, but we will be very happy to land on the moon first. Let's take everything one step at a time. So, you know, a small step for taking this to the moon and a giant leap for the Moon Mars Museum. So good question, Sketch.
Yeah, great. I finally got to understand it fully. And also, Chaz, we approved your mic. Can you speak? Can you say hi?
How are you? Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Just want to say,
I was like, shit, I slept through my alarm. I forgot to turn my ringer up.
GM, I just want to say Chaz is also one of the 888 Inner Circle community artists, and also going to the moon with the Moon Mars project. So great to see you here with us.
You too. Yeah, it's nice to be here.
His work is currently displayed. Where can we see it? We're in the metaverse, so we can go there. Show us.
It's here somewhere.
Yeah, follow on the 888. We have like the group exhibition here for all the communities. So on the we can all go to the wall of 888 Inner Circle and see Chess piece also here.
So we follow the right. Yeah. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's right here. It's the one on the right corner, right panel on the top left corner.
Ooh, very cool. With the lady with the long hair.
You kind of hair. It's from my Filigree Shadows collection on it's called Passion in the Filigree. It's one of my favorite pieces. Oh yeah, I love that. I love that piece.
Yeah,
and there was another time too that I was in August this last year. I had another piece called the Rochas Test Network that was on display during the show at Miss Tulips with the 88 Inner Circle did in Barcelona, Spain. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, great. I really love the piece. I really can recognize also your style. You can maybe do like a short introduction about yourself and your piece to everyone, and then we have also Catalina, and her piece is also on this wall, so we can go to her. Just so if you guys are here, we'd like to hear a little bit from you.
So Chaz Gold. This style is like my flagship style. It's the stuff that I love doing. Like I've been doing this style for over a year now. It started off as a small portrait style collection from on Maker's Place this last April, and that sold out by the time November rolled around. That was already completely sold out. And then I moved on and I started making it a multi-chain, multi-platform collection. It actually has its own link tree now. So if you go to Linktree, Filigree, and Shadows, you'll find like, and it's in my other link tree. The link tree for that is in my link tree in my bio on Twitter. It's now on Maker's Place, Foundation, Layer, Exchange on Solana, and I feel like I'm blanking on something, but yeah. So I'm doing a whole brand marketing kind of thing with it. I love the style. It's like this aesthetic of it, and it's all about like star seeds and their purpose on Earth, and like how to live in a more positive, like evolved manner of thinking and existing, and like making the world a better place than you found it when you leave it. And it's just, I don't know, I'm just obsessed with this. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is I did a drop on Remix.xyz that came with a metal print of one of the. I sit here and stare at the print. I'm like, I have one on my wall. Yeah, that was the other place that it ended up being mentioned on, and it's gonna keep growing. I'm doing a thing on Transient Labs. I'm gonna have a collection there on Arbitron soon. I'm talking to them about doing that. A lot of this stuff. Lately I've been doing this thing where I do a lot of deconstruction and reconstruction, where I do a lot of work in AI with my photography as the main character, and then prompt on top of it, and I take those images and then put them in Photoshop and tear them apart and reconstruct them as kind of digital collage. So that's how it gets to the places that I'm at with these pieces. It's my favorite stuff.
That's great. Definitely. Please, Chaz, you can put your Twitter handle like in this chat, so we can have it so people can see it in the live streams also, and can track you and see your profiles. And amazing work. And I also would like to say hi to Catalina if she can speak with us. Yeah, I will prove the mic.
GM, everyone. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah, what's up?
Amazing. How are you guys doing? Hi, Sok. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for letting me speak. It's a great honor to be here with you today.
Great to have you with us. Always love. Which one of the artworks in this wall is yours?
My piece is actually right under Chaz's one, and I'm really happy and honored to be with him on the same wall.
Oh, it's yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah, please like introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about this.
So for those of you who don't know about me, I'm a PhD designer and a digital illustrator, and I love painting portraits. All of my works always involve human body, primarily female faces, especially eyes. And most recently, I started collaborating. I say collaboration because it is with AI. Because during my PhD degree, I was actually working with my supervisor who spent 50 years of his life researching about the human brain, how to be creative, how to be innovative, how to teach the human mind to get more motivated, to learn how to learn, and to always find those pieces of information and knowledge from different areas that are primarily helping them to get better, to improve themselves, and to solve their creative problems. So it was kind of a nice transition for me from the human mind and the human brain and neural networks to kind of jump from that to the artificial neural networks. And when the AI became so popular back in 2022, I was actually not as knowledgeable about that in 2021. So I think I started researching more about it in 2022. And I came across with so many, how do you call this? Elements that are actually the same from the human mind to the artificial mind. And it was amazing to learn more about the machine models, how do they work, I'm thinking of it as a child and how to develop the machine models, how to improve them, how to teach them, and how to add the data set, and how to generate images that are most closest to what we have in mind, and how to collaborate both. So the piece that you see right now is actually part of another project that I've been working on for the past decade. And this is the fascinating part, it started back in my bachelor degree, way before my PhD and the neural network stuff. Me and my colleague had a little bit too much free time between the lectures and the projects, and we started writing stories in a way how she was writing one paragraph, I was writing another one, and we created these chains of paragraphs into one chapter, which became part of a book, which became part of a whole universe and a series of books. We never actually released the books themselves because it's in our native language, but we created so many stories and characters that I started painting them. And these characters now are being brought to life with the help of AI. And this is one of the characters from the main story. The AI version was actually very different, but I decided to add more elements in Paint Over, thanks to, I think, Clip Studio Paint and Adobe Photoshop. And it became what you see right now. So there are AI elements, there are hand-painted elements by me, and it's a very nice merge collaboration between both of us. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I was listening to Montreal earlier, and I was absolutely impressed and blown away by his research. Also, if you see the works from Chaz, he is an amazing artist, and he's using and experimenting with AI in such a artistic and impressive way that I'm just blown away by both of you. Thank you guys for sharing all of your work and your journey, and it's absolutely a pleasure and honor to be with you here today. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Amazing piece, really, and to hear what you shared with us. Also, I know we're gonna go a bit after we finish here. Paladin will open for us the portal so we can all see and get in the Moonmars. But I know before, if you want to add something before?
I want to explain say really, because it's really interesting that I don't know if you know about this coming up, but I had traumatic brain injury 14 years ago, and I had to learn how to do everything left-handed and one-handed. Basically, the only use I can use with my right hand is using my index finger on my right hand to hold down keyboard shortcuts to do like Photoshop stuff and Blender and whatever other. I basically programmed my keyboard, reprogrammed it to use like my command and option buttons, so I can, and like whatever button and click button that I can use on the mouse, so I can do art, because I had to retrain my whole brain to do everything. I learned how to walk, talk, speak, spell, everything. I get hurt in the left-hand side of my head and lost use of all my languages and movement for like 4 months, and came back from that. Like, it's been 15 years. Yeah, 15 years almost 16. But yeah, like, so it's interesting to me that we're both on the same wall. We both like have this, and I have like a very deep knowledge about neural networks and the way they work and like the way the brain works. I really wanted, once I started learning how to read again, I dove into how do I fix myself? How do I fix my own brain? Like, what do I get to do? What do I have to do to come back from this as much as I possibly can and survive? And I have, and I've thrived, and it's just crazy. Like I always find it interesting when I bump against people that are in this community that have that same kind of not like the same kind of knowledge base and like interest in neural networks. Because like and that's part of the reason why I got into AI. Is because like it mimicked, like, not only did I get to learn how to like start being creative again with the things that I used to draw, paint, sketch, and do all the things like that with AI, but like also like it mirrored like how do I use this to retrain my brain to do things creatively in like on a neural pathway on network level, and that will mirror like what the neural networks are doing for me with art, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it's really interesting like to come across that about your knowledge about that and like us being on the same wall and all, so
And this is what the amazing part is. Your resilience and your motivation and you striving to do better and to achieve something that many people probably wouldn't be able to achieve. But there's something that is really fascinating about the human brain. There's been this misconception that once we're born with a certain amount of neurons, and they gradually die over time if we don't train them. But this is a misconception. We actually grow new neurons throughout a lifetime. But how we grow them and how we develop them and train them is exactly based on us. And it's entirely up to us to do it, based on how we have our daily life, sleeping pattern, very active, physically, and also train your brain, learn new stuff, how you had to relearn everything from the ground up, and you did it. And now you're using all of your tools, but they're adjusted to fit your perspective, your way of work, and to be able to create the best of your abilities, the best art that you're able. This is fascinating, and I kudos to you. I knew about your story, but now I learned more and more about you, and I'm a huge fan, Chaz. Absolutely.
I love your art too. Like I've been watching for a long time, and I adore it. I think I'm really like because I'm very into portraiture also, So like when anybody gets down the deep level of portraiture and the expression of the human face and like the emotions and everything that it carries, like it's interesting to me what it's like. Just when people take it from like I have a beef with people that like do just prompting AI and throw it out there for a bunch of money and like don't do any work with it. And I'm like, dude, stop being lazy, bro. Like, stop it. You know what I mean? I'm like, so when I see people that actually put work into the portraiture styles that they're doing and doing something different, so because you can't tell if it's really AI or not, that really fascinates me. Like, I really admire that because I know how much work it takes to make it where it's not using AI as like you said, as a collaborative tool. It's like really admirable. I love that, and I've always done that and thought about that in the way that works. That's been one of my things too. So like, I really appreciate it when other people do it too. So kudos to you also. It's a love fest. We're giving flowers all day today.
Thank you so much. Fascinating thing about AI, and something I want to say, and we can move to the Moon Mars Museum because it is absolutely amazing. I've been there before, so I can tell you from experience. But before that, I just wanted to mention AI. Think of AI as a tool, but think of it as an artificial brain. So this is a brain that needs to get developed, needs to be taught the proper way, and it needs to be evolved. Like it needs to evolve gradually. And because the more information you give it, the more it's going to learn from. But it always makes mistakes. So it's up to us to actually keep it in check and always correct it in the right way. And then it can develop in the best way possible. It can't actually absorb all of the information and bring the best results because it needs someone to actually correct its path. It's like a child. That's how I see those machine models. And that's why I believe the collaboration is the best thing, because they're teaching, they're learning from us, we're learning from them, and it's just an amazing work from there. But yeah, thank you so much for everything. Thank you guys for letting us speak today.
Yeah.
It's like my friend Jen always says in the end of his spaces, the AI today space. He's like, treat your AI right. That's how he is his spaces every time. And I'm like, he's right.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I just want to say, with all this AI conversation. We have, just wanted to say again that we will doing the opening or event of the Super Community 4 on April 10th with our, like we're gonna spotlight the Vortex, that they are AI artist community. So you really all connected to this issue, and it's gonna be like a very surprising and beautiful artwork that we. And also, if Joanna Huidas want to say something a little bit about the upcoming event, if she has the mic, I don't know. Wait, Joanna, if you can speak.
Yeah, I wanted to say, like, first time we announced on our feature artist. If you come to the entry, you can see the follow me. You can see the poster. It's a very special artist, AI. Her name is Joanna. She's not Joanna. She's not Johanna. She is different one. I'll tact you. Her name. She's very active on Instagram, and she have a wild imagination, and it's going to be very different exhibition that cross border of checking the limits of AI art. Very colorful, very surprising and bold, like we like. And we still have inside the gallery amazing artist with the exhibition. It's a photographer that combine body painting with his photography, and he's created a collection of demons. The name is Under the Black Sun. The artist is Shade Dimitri. He's from St. Petersburg. Very professional artist in every aspect. He's also a doctor for his living. And you are more than welcome to go and see his amazing art inside. And we also really appreciate we see there are a lot of people here today, and we are very happy, and we will be very appreciate to get any comments, even like how to improve or something that you thought of your. It's will be very welcome, and I'm really happy about this event. It came out wonderful because it shows our concept, how communities can work together and grow together, and everyone is we are all connected, and we are all big international artist family, and that's our safe place, and I hope everyone will be part of it. And we also very welcome any kind of help because we are working right now voluntarily. Also, we will be appreciate any support. We have here a collection of Tezos, starting from 2 Tezos only. Any collecting of from our collection, you can find it here. It will be appreciated very much to help us continue with our activities. So thank you, everyone. And anyone who wants to say something, just ask for the mic.
Thank you, Shira. I just want to congratulate you guys on another amazing event. So many people showed up during like daytime for Europe, morning for America. It's a Thursday. I'm very impressed, and it really is nice to hear everyone and to get to know everyone better on each event. So, and I'm actually dancing right now together with Montreal in the 888 circle. So let's all finish up in here with a little dance, and then I will put if it's okay, Shira and Sketch? I will put the link to the Moon March so we can.
Of course.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
let everyone go to the 888 circle stand and dance because we're doing the group shot, and
Yes.
then you can open the portal and and guide new people how to go through it.
Yes, I will. Let's first do the group shots, and then I will put a link in the chat, and you can click on that, and we all meet each other in the Moon Mars lobby, and we're going to take a little trip to the moon. So yeah, everyone come over where you know, in the 888 inner circle where everyone is dancing. So come over here, teleport to me.
You can put some music on.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if Puppy is around. I don't know if he's because he's working.
Yeah, he's here. He's very present. So
I know he's here, but sometimes he needs to turn his sound off, so then he doesn't hear.
Let's take the picture. Everybody, you can press, do the dances and look like, to the camera.
When I jump, I can get to Papi's size.
Also, I want to say, Paladin, the project of Moon Mars is something that is going on and on. It means like artists can, participate in the next round or something?
Yes, 100% for sure. So we're not only going to the moon, we're also going to the stars, we're going to Mars, we're going to go to the moon again. So we are just trying to build up a community of people who want to be on the moon together under the Moon Mars Museum. So yeah, everyone is welcome to join that community. And that community is also very close to the Linked by Art, the Super Community, Vavortex, Paladin Punks, on Cyber. So we are building this group of people that are really OGs and going to the moon together, literally. So yeah, please do join us. And I asked Puppy to put some music on. If he doesn't see it or hear it, it's okay. I am going to, don't forget the Meaty Punks. Nope, not forgetting the Meaty Punks and the 500K community and the 888 community and the Women in Tech Museum and Nastaran and everyone. So I'm going to put in the chat now the link to the Moon Mars lobby. It's okay. No worries about not being able to DJ. So we're going to put the link in here and we will meet you in there and give you further instructions on how to go to the moon. So if you see in the chat, take a portal to Moon Mars. So I'm going to go there and maybe Puppy, you can sweep the floor here for anyone that doesn't know how to get there. So I'll go there now and meet you there.
Press the link and move it through the portal to the Moon Mars Museum and let's do that.
Yeah, I'm going to stay here until people will go. We have to close the doors and clean up the mess. See you soon. And thank you, really thank you everyone. It was amazing. And see you on April 10th for our new exhibition that we are working on very hard right now, and it's going to be very surprised.
Thank you everyone for coming. Hope you enjoyed your time. And I love always to see this collaboration between communities. I think this is the real power we have here. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, everyone. Come into the Moon Mars.
And I wish every time our big community will grow and grow, and every NFT artist can find his spot here, because that's the meaning of a super community.
Yeah, this is a great example. Like together we can actually go to the moon. It's like,
Yeah.
Thank you, Amir.
Thank you, everybody. And tomorrow we're going to have a space. Everybody left and we didn't say anything. Tomorrow, as every Friday, we have a Twitter space, 9 GMT. It's 5 EST AM.